before I begin this video, I actually wanted to give a little PSA to gas car owners and those who absolutely despise EV drivers. When I actually got here to film this video, I discovered that this handle was lying on the ground. And something tells me somebody left it there intentionally on purpose, because the pins got wet, and thank goodness this hasn't gone online yet, but the pins got wet. That means they're going to start corroding, and it could cause some safety hazards for anyone who tries to charge here. So, quick question, gas car owners. Would you like it if people left the gas nozzles on the ground just like that for ya? Would ya? Yeah, I thought so. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't either, especially as I'm still a gas car owner and I wouldn't like it myself. So please leave the charging handles inside their holsters. Thank you. Hello everyone, you joined me here today at my other local charge point station, which has yet to go online yet, and it's because I've discovered a whole bunch of news that I know I'm behind on. I am seriously been behind this news. I've been in the process of dealing with something else. Actually, to my left here, yeah, we got Stardust here. There's been so much going on in terms of the EV charging industry that I just have to get out to you guys. So let's actually report on the new charging news. First bit of news that I gotta cover is that not only Ford is the only one who's actually switching to NACS, the best charging standard in the world designed by Tesla. Now GM is in the process of switching all of their electric vehicles to the NACS standard as well. So that means GM products will be gaining supercharger access, but that's not the only bit of news. Sure, everyone's switching to NACS all of a sudden, and well, there's a slight problem. There's only EVgo chargers that actually have NACS, aside from the obvious Tesla superchargers, which means, well, now pulling up to one of these stations, which has the CCS cable here, which is the current standard that they're all using, well, now these are all rendered useless. You have to use an adapter to use these at this point. And that's the other bit of exciting news. It's not just Legacy Auto that's in the process of switching to the NACS standard anymore. Now, ChargePoint, among others like Kempower and ABB, as well as a few others that I am not remembering at the moment, they are in the process of swapping these CCS handles for Tesla's NACS handles. They are in the process of phasing out CCS. Well, actually, they're probably still going to include CCS because there are so many other electric cars that are using CCS, but they are at least in the process of figuring out how to add a NACS connector to their charging stations. Does that mean that this stall right here, which hasn't even gone online, does that mean that they're going to find a way to integrate another one of these holsters and include NACS right here? Or are they going to do another idea, which is get rid of this CHAdeMO handle here? Sorry, Nissan Leaf drivers, but CHAdeMO's been phased out. Like, nobody uses this anymore. Even Nissan's in the process of phasing out CHAdeMO. Who knows what they're going to do in order to incorporate NACS, but that's really the exciting news. People have finally started to realize how terribly designed this charging standard is. You can just take a look at it. You've got the AC end in this circle here, and then, oh, well, now DC charging exists, but we can't get the kind of speeds through the AC port, so let's just tack on 2 DC pins. Like, that's going to solve the issue, which it hasn't. Tesla's still actually designed a better port that's in a smaller form factor compared to this thing. Oh, and you see this latch here? Yeah, that has the ability to break and cause a lot of safety issues. So it is so good to see that automakers and charge point operators are finally starting the process of hanging up the CCS cable and incorporating the obvious best standard out there. The future is looking bright for EV charging, everyone. Now, yeah, we still have to wait for charger reliability in terms of the third-party networks out there to actually get their act together, because yeah, there's a lot of critics out there who will say, well, switching to NACS, that's not going to fix the charger reliability issues. Well, it may fix some of them, if I'm being honest. There are some charger reliability issues where actually the cable is what's causing the problem, be it amperage limitations that are just not allowing the charger to produce full power, or Huber and Schuner cooling cables just absolutely failing. Like, yeah, you won't believe how many chargers go down because Huber-Schuner cables fail their cooling. It does kind of depend on the cable itself, but for the most part, switching to NACS is going to solve part of the problem, and it's the fact that CCS in general is just a bad design. Now we just have to wait for the charging companies to actually figure out the whole AC to DC conversions, because that's where a lot of things just continue to go wrong. ChargePoint here, it's kind of got it figured out. Like, their reliability is much closer to Tesla compared to everyone else. The problem with ChargePoint, and it is often the reason why they're hated upon a lot, is their stalls go down for months. They may stay up longer than basically any other CCS charger available. Problem is when they go down, they take forever to service these things. I hope ChargePoint is making an effort to reduce the wait times in terms of getting these back up and running, as well as getting these installed. Like, this was put up a month ago and yet it's still offline. The switchgear is right there with the lock, so from the looks of it, all they really have to do is just turn this on. But of course, they're ChargePoint. They take forever to turn their stuff back on after it gets shut off. So I'll say half of our charging woes are in the process of being solved now that NACS is becoming an official standard, and more automakers and ChargePoint operators are in the process of incorporating NACS into their charging designs. Just gotta wait for the reliability to actually get up. Then we'd have basically the majority of our charging woes behind us. All right, that's the news. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor and interact with the stuff below. My name is DeWolf, Random Alpha, signing out.